makes the catch at about the 38-yard line. Let's go to Bill.
Here's the man you were talking about, Cedric Minter. Cedric, turn around and show us a smile from a 71-yard run, which is the longest from scrimmage this season in CFL.
Well, I'll tell you, it was just a basic off a sweep play to the left side, and off in the line did a beautiful job of blocking. And yeah, I wish I would have gotten the end zone. That's a long way to run and not get in the end zone.
Everything's working right for the Argos. You couldn't ask for much more.
It is tonight. We hope to get a couple more scores in this last quarter and finish off strong. Thank you. Okay.
Adams got a little pressure, but was able to get the pass away to Joey Walters. And Walters makes the reception for the first down at the 54-yard line. The hit made by Zach Henderson.
Well, the Rough Rider offense not quitting as Joey Walters again in traffic. We mentioned earlier he's probably one of the best in the league at catching the ball in the crowd. And once again, Zach Henderson in on the hit. Boy, he's been everywhere. What a game he's played.
Joey's going to have that number 31 embedded on his skin, I'll tell you that, because Zach has really whacked him a couple of times. It is first down, Saskatchewan, the ball at their 54-yard line. Adams going for the bundle here. And it is incomplete. It's Emmanuel Tolbert down the touchline, but he couldn't shake the coverage. Well, I can't believe that time of possession. It was almost 12 minutes to 3 minutes in favor of the Argonauts in that third quarter.
Well, it certainly tells a story, but if you notice, Saskatchewan with 15 first downs as opposed to Toronto with 9. If you told someone the score was 41-8 and Toronto only had 9 first downs, I don't think you'd believe them.
It is second down for Saskatchewan, the ball at their 54-yard line. Adams sits in there very coolly, selects his receiver, Joey Walters, and then puts it right on the mark, down to the 30-yard line. Didn't he look great on that particular setup? He just set up, sat back confidently.
Very impressive throw by the quarterback, Joe Adams, isolating on Joey Walters here. He just takes it straight downfield, running a deep in pattern, and that's, I tell you, a very impressive throw. The ball right on the money once again. Here he comes, 31.
12 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the ball game. It is Toronto 41, Saskatchewan 8. Adams has been good on 13 of 20 passes for a total of 137 yards. And, of course, the touchdown for Joey Walters.
Flag thrown.
Time count violation assessed against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. And 747 is not too happy about that.
Well, I really don't know what the discussion was about. It looked like that maybe they weren't happy with the football that was put into play, but...
Thrown in error.
Well, Adams must be a pretty persuasive guy, because referee Jim Hopeross, as you look at Emmanuel Tolbert getting some of those cramps rubbed out of his legs, has decided that there isn't going to be a time count violation. He certainly did give it the signal for that, but Adams has convinced him that he didn't do it for some reason or another. First down, Ron Robinson. And Robinson is inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. He'll be very close to another first down. Stop was made by JoJo Heath, who tripped him up.
Well, running the quick screen to the wide receiver, Ronnie Robinson. And I'll tell you, JoJo Heath made a super play, because if he doesn't make the tackle there, Robinson scores easily. He slipped around the blocker, number 44, Roger Aldag, who slipped out to set up that screen blocking. And JoJo Heath, as I said, just slipped around and made an excellent defensive play.
And close enough for a measurement. Well, I don't mind confessing, I'm flabbergasted at the result of this ball game.
Well, we'd hope for a close game as we get a chance to see Ronnie Robinson. Watch the Roger Alday coming out, but JoJo Heath slips underneath him and really makes a great play. If he doesn't stop him, as I said, he scores easily.
It was a first down for the Riders. They have the ball just inside the Toronto 20-yard line. Riders need touchdowns, lots of them. Adams on the quarterback draw. And he's into the end zone for the major score.
second half, running the quarterback draw play. And if you watch, the left guard, again, number 44, Roger Aldag, just throws an excellent block about the 5-yard line to put Adams into the end zone.
That was an 82-yard march directed by quarterback Joe Adams. They'll go for 2 again. Makes the score at this moment, Toronto 41, Saskatchewan 14. Adams throws, no good. Pass intended for Ron Robinson. JoJo Heath defending. Let's take a look at it one more time.
All right, Pat, the quarterback draw with Joe Adams. He ran it once earlier in the third quarter, this time with great success. Good blocking from that offensive line. As I mentioned, a great block by Roger Aldag, and Joe Adams into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that makes the score, Toronto 41, Saskatchewan 14. We'll be back in just a moment. Going on the sidelines as the Riders prepare to kick off, and they go deep. Argos didn't think they would. Ball bounces into the end zone. Cedric Minter is going to concede a single point, and does right now. So that makes it 41 to 15. But again, that was a good play by Minter. What is the percentage of running the ball out?
Well, no percentage at all, and I think Bob Obilovich did a very smart thing, putting his what they call hands team in there, anticipating a short kick by Dave Ridgway, but he kicked it deep, and absolutely correct. A smart play to give up that single point.
There's another Bill Stevenson working on our telecast here tonight. Bill Stevenson from CKCK Regina is up in the booth helping me as the spotter, and I want to thank him very much. Thank you, Willie. First down, Toronto at the 35-yard line. Still in there. Throws. Pearson makes the catch, drops the ball, then has it bounce back into his hands. And what are they going to call it? They're going to call it a completed pass and a fumble recovery by Pearson. He was hit by Marshall Hamilton. When things go right, typical example right there.
The old Argo bounce, and really a good catch by Paul Pearson, and also an excellent hit by number 24, Marshall Hamilton, who's getting a chance to play at that safety position due to the ankle injury to Ken McEachran.
First down, Toronto. The ball at the Saskatchewan 54. This is Bob Bronk. He has nowhere to go. And he's dropped back at the line of scrimmage for about a loss of 4 yards. The stop made by Campbell Hackney, number 51.
Well, you have to give the Rough Rider defense credit. They're not folding their tents. They're hanging right in there, trying to create a turnover to get the offensive ball back in a hurry.
I'll tell you another thing. I haven't seen 5 people leave the park. The score is 41 to 15. It's very, very unlikely that Saskatchewan is going to win this football game, and yet they're all staying here. Great. Second and 14, Toronto. Holloway looking for Terry Greer, too far.
Conrad Holloway took a real good hit from 46 Bernard West.
Hey, the Argos are thin at that spot, too.
Certainly are. We saw Mike Williams warming up on the sidelines, and I would expect with the score 41-15 that Bob Obilovich would like to give him some work.
Well, the injured Argos are back in Toronto. I know Joe Barnes and all his teammates back in Toronto will be excited at this victory. Joe is not expected back for another couple of games. 41 to 15, Toronto leading Saskatchewan, Toronto punting. Another good one. And Stuart Fraser was going to make the catch. Didn't make any difference because the ball was out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. It is Toronto 41, Saskatchewan 15, and we'll be back in just a moment.
In just a few seconds, I'll give you an address that could change your career. An address that could help you find the job you've been dreaming of and help you land it. It's where you write to get this, the National Business Employment Weekly. Every week, the National Business Employment Weekly gives you hundreds of executive, managerial, and professional jobs available across the nation. Top jobs in top companies. paying $25,000 to $250,000. And no-nonsense articles like these with advice on resumes, career advancement, salaries. Every week, the kind of jobs you've been dreaming of and the help you need to land one. Now, here's that address. To get the next 8 issues rushed to you by first-class mail, just send a check for $29 to National Business Employment Weekly, Box 9999, Springfield, Massachusetts, 01101. Or call, toll-free in the Continental U.S., 800-228-5505. That's 800-228-5505. Major credit cards accepted.
Well, they're in very poor field position, stuck inside their 10-yard line, but when you trail 41 to 15, you need points, so I would anticipate Joe Adams will be throwing anyway. Fires over the middle, it's no good. The young quarterback, though, he stands in there good. He doesn't bounce around. He sets up and fires.
Well, he does. Get a chance to see Cedric Minner thanking some of his linemen because they've certainly opened some big holes for him. He's had 2 touchdowns and an exciting 72-yard run here in the second half. But you're right, Pat. Joe Adams has looked very impressive.
He came on in the second half to replace John Hufflinger. Flag comes down. Adams delivered the ball. It was incomplete. Looking for Emmanuel Tolbert. And I would anticipate a holding call against Saskatchewan here. Let's see.
Saskatchewan 69, decline, 3rd down.
Don Swafford, the left offensive tackle, assessed the holding penalty. The Argos declined it, of course. And Saskatchewan will be booting with 9:15 left to play in the ball game. Argos capitalized on a lot of opportunities. For the biggest victory in Bob Hobilovich's young coaching career, he beat Montreal, and that was an important game. The first one always is. But to come into Taylor Field and do a number on the Riders has got to be very satisfying. Ken Clark averaging over 45 yards tonight. This is a good one. It's over the head of Jan Karinci. And Karinci is back to his 30-yard line to take it. And only gets to about the 33 before he's swarmed under. A 71-yard boot by Ken Clark. Down quickly for the Argos, or rather for Saskatchewan, was number 62, Al John.
Well, both punters have really enjoyed good evenings tonight. It must be that clean air out here in Saskatchewan.
Must be something because we're both really getting into it. That's true.
It's also the lack of wind that's a rarity, as you know, out here, Lee.
That's quite true as well. Holloway's going to put it up, does. Throws the screen to Bob Bronk. And Bronk is into Saskatchewan territory at about the 48-yard line. That was made by Vince Goldsmith.
Setting up the screenplay to Bob Bronk, and he's enjoying an excellent evening, picking up his first touchdown of his full career. But number 53, Doug Smith, the center, peels out, forms that blocking wall for the screenplay, as we'll see coming up, and he just throws an outstanding block to spring Bronk free at the bottom of your screen there. And Bob Bronk running the football very well.
Now, doesn't he look like a tough guy to bring down? And he gained 28 yards. This pass is picked out. Graham McDermott will go all the way for the touchdown. .71 yards. The interception returned by Fran McDermott.
Well, Conrad Holloway really tipped where he was throwing that football, looking for Paul Pearson all the way, but Fran McDermott steps in front, making the interception all the way down the sideline for the touchdown. I don't know, Pat, 20 points is a lot, but with 7 minutes and 43 seconds left, I've seen a lot of strange things happen in the CFL.
Longest interception return of the year. Van McDermott. And the Riders, let's see, are they going to go for two? Yes, sir. Adams throws, and it is no good. Let's take a look at it one more time, Lee.
Well, a timely interception, maybe a little bit too late, but nevertheless a great play for the rookie, Fran McDermott, as he stepped in front of Paul Pearson, picks up some blocking down the sidelines, and just simply outruns number 50, Tom Trefo, and he's into the end zone.
Well, is it too late? We'll find out when we come back. It is Toronto 41, Saskatchewan 21, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, here's the kickoff, and they like to go deep. It rolls into the end zone, and Ritter's going to run around back there, eat up a little bit of time, and now concede the single point. So it makes it a 41-22 score. Funny, Leaf and I were talking about the strategy on that kickoff. I would have elected to kick off deep, but I would not have wanted the ball to go into the end zone. I would have liked to have tried to contain them inside the 10 or so. Leaf, you kind of thought they'd go for the short kickoff, right?
Well, I really did, Pat. I think with 7.5 minutes remaining in a ball game and being down by 3 touchdowns, that really the time was right for the short kick. But I think you made a good point, really. I think the idea would have been on that kickoff to try and pin Toronto deep into their own territory, as you said, and not kick it into the end zone. But nevertheless, they elected to go for that single point. And
well, let's see what the Argos do now. They start from their 35-yard line. Galloway throws. Greer makes the catch and then is wrapped up immediately by number 21, and that's Marcellus Green. Now, let's see how much he made. He made about 6 yards. Ball's at the 41-yard line, so it is 2nd and 4.
Well, I would expect at this time to see the Saskatchewan Roughrider defensive backs come up and play the Argo receivers a little tighter. They have to really gamble and take a chance to try and force the turnover as they did on that last series with Fran McDermott.
I'd bring those linebackers right now if I was Saskatchewan. I want to get some heat on Conrad Holloway. You know he's going to be putting it up. 2nd and 4. He puts it up for Martin Cox, just too far. All right, for 6 minutes, 52 seconds left, and the Argos will be punting. A lot of strange things have happened over the years here at Taylor Field in Regina. This one looks out of sight, 41-22, but is it?
Well, we certainly have seen some unbelievable finishes to CFL football games, and as Pat said, it's a long way to go, but certainly a distinct possibility the Rough Riders could come back.
Well, you were involved in a few of them with Mr. Lancaster at the controls, so...
Tell you what, when Ronnie was playing quarterback, we were never out of a ball game.
Van McDermott and Stuart Fraser back to receive this punt from Zenon Andrusician. He's averaging 50 yards tonight. It's another good one. Fraser from his 12-yard line. And he gets to the 20, and flags come down. 59 yards, the boot by Andrusician. Boy, he and Ken Clark have really punted well. Now, is there some kind of an illegal block on the play? Let's see. Stuart Fraser, he made a costly fumble in the first quarter, and that enabled the Argos to get rolling. Here's the call.
Clipping on the return, number 21, Saskatchewan. Penalties half the distance to the goal line. First down.
Marcellus Green called for clipping. The penalty, as you heard referee Jim Hope-Ross say, is half the distance to the goal line. It puts the ball inside the Saskatchewan 10-yard line. 6 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the ball game.
Well, not an ideal position to start when you're behind, but a long way to go for Joe Adams and his offense.
Joey Walters makes the catch, and it's out to the 30 or 31-yard line. Stop was made by Leo Gray. If Joy had ever been able to duck underneath that tackle, again, it was an open field in front of him.
We've said it before, you have to be impressed with 747 Adams because he's really come in the second half and done a job, and had they not been behind by so much in the first half, you know, it really could have made a ball game, and maybe he still will.
I would think Obi's getting a little bit concerned. He'd be concerned if they score another touchdown quickly. Adams throws. The catch is made by Krista France to the 49-yard line. It'll be another Saskatchewan first down. Darrell Wilson, number 13, making the stop for Toronto.
Well, Toronto sitting back in that zone coverage, and the two inside receivers, France and Joey Walters, just finding the soft spots in that zone. And here a good throw by Joe Adams as he gets it in there in between the linebackers, but the Roughriders are moving.
5 minutes left in the ball game. He puts it up for Walters. Oh, and he just couldn't hang on to it. And Joey is swinging against the arc. An interference call assessed against Leo Gray, but there is no flag.
Well, Joey Walters complaining of maybe a face guarding violation by Leo Gray, but really good defensive coverage, and usually that's the over-the-shoulder catch here, and really that's usually the kind of catch that Joey Walters will come up with, but that time couldn't hang on to the football.
Well, with 4 minutes, 45 seconds left, you know that the Riders are going to be playing three-down football now. There won't be any more punting, I wouldn't expect, for them. Throws. The catch is made by Krista France. He'll be short of the first down. He only got to midfield. The game will be 6 yards. Stop was made by Jeff Gabrielson, the linebacker, number 72.
Third down and 4.
Well, he's going to be throwing for it. Yes, a good night for Bob Bronk, a good night for all of the Toronto Argonauts. Big underdogs coming in, leading right now by 19 points, 41-22. With 4 minutes left to play in the game. Made by Ron Robinson at the 47-yard line. It will be a first down. JoJo Heath on the defensive coverage.
Well, a clutch catch by number 9, Ronnie Robinson. As the ball is thrown low, but he goes down, and I don't know, that's pretty close to me, but nevertheless, the first down was made, and the Roughriders are still alive.
3.5 minutes left to play. First down. Riders at the Toronto 46. Adams fires it down the middle. No good. He was looking for Culver, number 19. Actually, the guy who had the best shot at the ball was Zach Henderson, and he really didn't have much of an opportunity to make the interception.
Well, I think that was a desperation-type pass, but in the past with Joey Walters, he's come up with so many great catches in traffic that it's really not a bad percentage play.
Only 7 penalties in the ball game. It's been well played.
You can see Joey Walters getting a little rough treatment from number 72, Jeff Gabrielson, but that's all part of the game.
2nd and 10 with 3 minutes left to go. Adams throws. No good. Culver tried to come back to the ball, but he couldn't squeeze it. Don Rhodes was on top of him. Okay, we've got 2 minutes, 59 seconds left to play. It is Toronto 41, Saskatchewan 22. We'll be back in just a moment.
The number one moment for any rookie has to be scoring his first touchdown. Bob Bronk of Queen's University, I imagine that's the case with you.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It's kind of unbelievable. My parents drove up for this game, so I'm pretty happy about that.
How did you get the touchdown? How do you remember it?
Well, it was a trap play, and Dan Ferroni made a great block, and I just saw the hole, and I said, no one's going to stop me. I just ran right in there.
Savor it.
Yeah, I will. Thanks.
Well, this is the last gasp for the Riders. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in the game. 3rd and 10. The Argos come across outside, number 79, Rusty Olson. Well, that'll make it a little easier.
I tell you, I think the official's going to call Toronto for jumping offside, but really it looked like number 69, the left offensive tackle of the Roughriders, Don Swafford, moved a little early. Be interesting to see how they interpret this.
Boy, good call.
5-yard penalty first.
Good call, Lee. Don Swafford, the left tackle. You can hear the fans. They're not too happy because, as I did, they saw Rusty Olson jump outside. But Olson moved, obviously, when Swafford moved. Well, they were going to assess a 10-yard penalty, but now they've marched it back to 5.
I'll tell you, Joe Faragelli was halfway out in the field there, making sure they only took him back 5 yards.
It's 3rd and 15. Now, what's happening here? Joe Adams, when he was taking his drop, stood around and had a conversation with Jim Hope-Ross, and then just flipped the ball in the air. Rick Moore picked it up. The play has been whistled dead. I didn't hear the call, did you?
I didn't understand the call at all, Pat. And I'll tell you one thing, though, that Joe Adams, he must have known what was going on, because really, it's not a very smart play to flip it to the defensive guy if you're not sure what the call is going to be.
Well, I think he said to himself, I may as well flip it to him so that he won't hammer me.
Tell you what, that's what I would have done.
So the clock is stopped with 2:45 left to play. It's 3rd and 15. Colbert tried to make a diving catch, but it hit the turf first. And so the Argos will take over with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the ball game, and obviously they've got this one wrapped up now.
I would say so. Really the last gasp for the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and that pass coming up just a little short, but we see 7:47 leaving the field. He has to be somewhat pleased with his performance, because I think he's been pretty impressive in the second half.
Oh, absolutely. They only had 2 points at halftime. They've got 22 now, so he's generated 3 touchdowns. Pass goes to Bronk, and he just did not get away. Charging number 76. Wizard of Woz, Lyle Woz-Dzezinski. First down, Saskatchewan 23, Toronto 11.
Well, there's the fella you talked about, Pat, JoJo Heath. And he and his pals on defense have to be very pleased. They played very, very well tonight.
Well, as I said before, I don't want to go back to the hotel because I know JoJo's going to be on my case.
He'll be looking for you.
Total yards, 365. Saskatchewan, 352. Toronto. 5 turnovers, however, by the Riders.